growing up as a laundry kid, my dad was a laundry man. I thought everybody understood laundries. It was just, my perspective of a child is much like everybody else's. And so Dad lived and breathed the laundry business. I think he really saw something that it really could be.
United Linen started out in 1936 by Linda Saddoris, an early female entrepreneur. The company was called 1 Cent Cash and Carry, and it started in a rented building with 3 Maytag washers. Linda's husband Gerald soon saw how well the business was doing and got involved. The company grew quickly, and they asked Gerald's brother Arlon to join them. In 1950, the company moved to its current location at 410 Frank Phillips Boulevard because they had outgrown the original location. Arlon's son Leroy went to work for his dad his sophomore year of high school. Leroy was the one who moved the business away from laundering personal items into a commercial laundry business. In 1972, the Saddoris Companies, Inc. purchased United Linen of Tulsa and has since been known as United Linen.
We actually met when we were probably about 8 years old and playing in a neighborhood which was in Oak Park. Him and his dad came to deliver or visit with one of his employees down the street, and I was there with some friends. And Matt was in a baseball uniform because he was playing ball. So, as a young kid, I was just, sportsy guy, kind of an interest there. But as it happened later throughout our growing up years, we met then again going to school at Madison. So we're pretty young, that's junior high age.
And the first time that I ever saw Matt was at the baseball diamond playing American Legion baseball.
I was the Legion coach for 4 years in 75 through 78, and Matt played for me the last 2 years I was coaching Legion baseball.
Great memories of American Legion baseball. I mean, for me, life-changing. I also came to the realization that, that maybe my baseball career isn't going to be all I thought it was going to be. And so I came to work for United Linen in 1981, August of 81, driving a green truck to Tulsa every day. Still, I tell people it was one of the funnest things I've ever done.
Less than 2 years later, tragedy struck the Saddoris family when Matt's mom and dad were in a plane crash which killed both of them and 6 others.
Tragic thing happened to them back in the 80s. They were down at Lawton, Oklahoma, and they had a plane that they owned, and taking off from Lawton, the plane crashed and killed all 8 people on board, and that would have been Leroy and Barbara, and most of it was her family that, I guess the rest of it was her family that died.
I still remember that phone call coming to I was at Rechelle's dad's house, or we were your mom and dad's house. Your dad told us. And of course, when something like that happens, you deny it, that didn't, you say, and that can't be, it can't be, it can't be. But it was, and it was a very, I wouldn't say dark, it was a very challenging time.
Matt was all at once. He was thrown into the business, he and his brother Joe.
Joe and Matt, I can't tell you how young they were, but I can tell you they were plenty young, and they had this thing thrown in their lap.
But the things that Dad had instilled inside of us was, Dad was a worker. I mean, Dad just showed up every day. He called it, I come to work employed. And so that was our plan. Our plan was, we're just gonna show up.
And show up they did. It was a rocky start for Matt and his brother Joe, learning how to run the family business after such tragedy. Matt's wife Rechelle continued to pray for Matt that he would find the peace he needed.
We did have our first child, Colby, in 82, and then in 86 we had our oldest daughter, Ashley, and her and her family reside here in Bartlesville as well. And then our youngest daughter came in 88.
I feel like I was blessed with a really great mom. I feel like she was always open. I knew that I could always go and talk to her, or have fun with her even. She was exactly what we needed.
Mom was always the prayer warrior of the family, and I would grow up and I would hear every morning down, in the library praying, and it was a comforting thing to me knowing, oh, Mom's got it.
After 1983, between 83 and 1988, honestly, the business was just lagging. And so in August of 88, went to a small church here in town called Victory Church, and I know God touched me and got saved, and my whole life changed. I mean, you hear these stories and you go, hey, is it really true? It's true. I mean, my life went, 180 degrees in one day.
He had come into the business because of family's untimely death. And so there was a lot of trauma and a lot of issues. But boy, Matt got a hold of the truth of God's Word. The Word of God changed them.
I began bringing my Bible to work, and people honestly didn't know what to think about that. I learned that God was interested in me, and He's interested in what I'm interested in. And I was interested in the business. And so He began helping me. And so the business began turning around quickly after August of 1988.
Over the next 35 years, United Linen continued to grow and flourish. Now, the fourth generation of Saddorises are working in the family business.
And today, their son Colby and his wife Tawny are part of the operation. So you're looking at a fourth generation business.
I called Dad up one day and I would just talk to him about where I was in my life, and he wanted to know if I wanted to come back and work for him. And I did. I wanted to come back and work for the family company. One of the days that I had scheduled, Dad came down and he helped me load up. We got a U-Haul and we drove it back.
Yeah.
Tawny and Colby are both involved with the business here in town.
Yeah.
And very involved. Tawny loves, she's kind of our voice out there, or a lot of organizations in the community. Mm-hmm. And she brings United Linen in for that.
So my sister and I actually get to work together, which is really great. I feel like we have a really good opportunity and we're very thankful for it. We are part of the marketing team at United Linen, and so it's something new and just working on the future of the business.
It's a true blessing to be able to be like, yeah, I get to work with my family business. And that's something a lot of people are like, oh, cool, how long has it been, how long has it been in your family? I just said that to somebody, I was like, oh, 80 years. And like, oh, 8 years, that's cool. I was like, no, 80 years. And they're 80 years, wow. So it's encouraging, and I love being able to say, yeah, I work for my dad's company.
They have grown the business, and Matt has used great wisdom. But behind all that wisdom is his faithfulness and his commitment not only to God, not only to his family, but to his employees.
He's my friend, mentor, boss. He's funny, dry. He's kind of a good mix of several different things. I think probably the thing that stands out most to me is that he is a get-it-done kind of guy. He is one of the only people I've ever met that owns a company like this that gets in and gets elbow deep in things and just helps.
He spent a whole week feeding napkins into an iron, and the person next to him had no idea who he was and would just open up and talk and say things, and finally at the end of the week they realized, you own this place, and there he was just working away right alongside people, not afraid to do that. And I think people see that and they appreciate it.
One of my favorite things about United Linen is everybody knows your name. So from day one, you are appreciated for who you are at that point in time. It's a come as you are type of place where you're fully accepted, and everybody truly wants to get to know you. And they appreciate what you bring every single day.
Matt and Rechelle have this passion for the business, and I mean, I get to see it a lot more from Matt, obviously, because I see him while he's like in work, doing work, and it's just, he loves it, he cares about it, it's part of his heart.
I think the thing that's so significant about them is their love of family, and we can see it in their natural family, but also they've carried over that concept into the business. They really do care about people.
Yeah.
And not only just caring about people, they have financially blessed people. They are givers. They are generous people in every single way. And it's just a wonderful quality to be a generous person.
They try to give back in many different ways to the community, and we are about community. We are about family.
I have so much respect for people in my family, for Uncle Gerald and Aunt Lena, Granddad Arlen and Grandma Louise, and my dad Leroy and my mom Barbara and my brother Joe. It's not just about a person or a part of the family. It's about the whole family. And that's what I kept telling myself about this honor that's been given to the Source family. It's not about Matt, it's not about Rechelle. It's about our family.
You know, growing up, I never had a lot of consistency in my family, and I found that with you guys. And so I appreciate you so much and everything you've done for us. And I love you, so thank you.
I look back at a guy named John Wesley that said that the way you witness to people is by the way you live your life. And Matt Saddoris, you have done that, my friend.
Thank you for your faithfulness, your leadership, and your ongoing continued leadership in our community in the days ahead. God bless you. We're so proud of you. Way to go.
Congratulations, and we love you always.
You guys have my heart. Love you guys.